Okay, good morning class, and today we're at lesson 10 in Math 9, lesson 10. We're still working with rational numbers. Yesterday we completed a task or a lesson on bed mass, order of operations. We were working with set 3. Today we're just going to do a short little quiz on set 3, and before we do that, the quiz will be on multiplying and dividing rational numbers and ordering operation using bed mass, but we'll do a quick review first. So I'm just going to start off by going over a little formative assessment. This one doesn't count. This one here is just for practice. You can follow along. So if we look at the first question here, okay, let's go get one. I'll just hold on. Okay, so looking at the first example here, we have to multiply fractions. And remember, when we're multiplying fractions, you have to multiply the numerators. The numerator is the top part of the fractions. So we then have to multiply the denominators, which is the bottom part of the fraction. And third thing is to reduce the fraction to its simplest form. So here we have a negative 3/4 times a positive 8/9. So first thing is to multiply the numerator. 3 times 8 is 24. And 4 times 9 is 36. And a negative times a positive will be a negative. Now we need to reduce that. So looking at it, they're both even numbers. If we don't know what the highest common denominator is, we can start off with using something like 2 or 4. Let's just do 4. Divide both top and bottom by 4 to reduce it. That means it's going to be 6/9. Again, we can reduce that. We can't divide 2, but let's divide 3. And that means 2/3. So that is our final answer in the simplest form. And don't forget, we had a negative here, a negative here, so our final answer has to have a negative as well. Don't forget the sign. It's a negative 2/3. We had a negative here. We have to carry it over into our final answer. All right, then we have a multiplication of a decimal fractions, or rational numbers in decimal form. We have a negative and a positive, so we know that our answer is going to be negative. Now we could estimate it at first. We know that this is pretty close to 5 and this is pretty close to 6. So if we were to estimate that, it would be 5 times 6 would be minus 30. But to get the exact number, we'll just put it into our calculator. So bringing up our calculator, we have minus, let's put 4.7 first. Change it to negative, times 5.9. And our answer is negative 27.73. Remember, our estimate was 5 times 6. We're close to 30, so minus 27.73. If we had to round that off to one digit, because these are 1, then that would be minus, all right, let's get that right, minus 27.7, because the number following the 7 is less than 5. Anything 5 or more, we have to round up. Now, our third example is dividing. We have to divide two decimal fractions here. We have a negative 53.48 divided by a negative 5.7. So negative divided by negative will become a positive. So again, we can put that into our calculator. If we estimate it, just for the heck of it, this would be close to minus 54. This one would be close to minus 6. So 54 divided by 6, we should get something close to 9. 54 divided by 6 would be 9, so let's get the exact answer. Clear this. Minus 53.58. And we have a negative 5 point, we're dividing, sorry, we have to divide. Let me clear that, I've got too many operations here. 53.58 negative divided by 5.7, change to negative, and we get, oh, something happened there. I'm in scientific. Let's get back to degrees. Okay. It didn't look reasonable, so I have to redo it. There we go, 9.4. So our answer is plus 9.4. So it's always good to estimate first, because that way if we look at our answer, it's not reasonable, then we know we got a mistake either in the calculator or we inputted a wrong number. The last example here for dividing is fractions. And the rule for fractions, if we want to divide, we can flip it. So it's use flip and multiply. So if we have 2 over 3, we're supposed to divide by negative 4 over 5. Well, we're going to flip it. 2, 5 over 4. Don't forget, it is a negative. This is negative, stays negative. Now we multiply the numerators, the top part. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 4 is 12. And we have a positive times a negative, so it's going to be negative. Now we need to see if we can simplify it. If we divide 2 into each of that, it's going to be negative 5 over 6. Okay. Oops, moved it up too far. See if I can get rid of this thing here. Try it. I don't think I can. That should be it there. Okay, so those are examples on dividing and multiplying. So I'm going to give you an assessment for set 3 on the next page. These are the questions here. You have a multiplying, we have decimal fractions, we have improper fractions. Remember, we have to convert these from mixed numbers to improper fractions. There's another division one, here's another dividing one, and that's it for your try. Okay, that should be it for today. And if you finish this, then complete all your assignments that you haven't completed this week. Just catch up on it, and then we'll start something new on the next lesson. Thank you, and have a good day.